right, so let's get started. Yeah, aren't they? This is Belle. And oh yeah, Danny also has dogs. So, and I have Anna over there. So welcome everybody. Let's get started. So go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Hi Sarah, welcome. So good to see you. Let's sit tall. You can sit on something to lift up the hips. And close your eyes and breathe in through your nose and out through the nose. Notice anywhere in the body that you can find a little bit of softness, and let some tension go. We're going to do some box breathing together. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale through the nose. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Release counting. Observe your breath. Notice the gentle rise and fall of the abdomen. Notice the expansion and contraction of the ribs. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes very gently. And send the left hand down toward the mat and reach out and up with the right arm. Take a deep breath in, stretch into the right side. Just take any small movement that feels comfortable and good. And exhale, release the right hand down. Find the mat and plant those fingers gently onto the mat and stretch the left arm out and breathe in. Good. Stretch into the left side and exhale, release the top hand down. Good. All right. Whichever foot is on bottom, go ahead and bring that to the top. And take the heart in a small circle over the hips. And keep breathing. Gentle, slow, and even inhales and exhales. And circle the other way. And find stillness. Good. Roll the shoulders forward and up toward the ears, and exhale back and down. And 2 more times. Just warming up the spine and shoulders and the neck. One more time here. And release and relax. Take your left ear toward the left shoulder. Gently look down at the left knee or the floor in front of the left knee. And exhale, dip the chin through center and over to the right. Make this stretch really gentle. And dip the chin back to center and lift your crown of your head up and look forward. Keep the chin parallel to the floor, and then exhale, begin to round the back and tuck the chin. Rock back on those sits bones, tuck the tailbone under, the chin under, and inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, slightly look up, arch the back, rock forward on the hips, and exhale back to a neutral spine. And then we're going to take this to hands and knees. You're welcome to bring a blanket and place it on the mat underneath your knees for a little bit of additional cushion. If you were sitting on a blanket or a bolster, you can set that to the side for now. Bring that blanket into the practice. This is just an option. You don't have to have one. You can even have a towel or nothing at all. We're going to do some modified side planks in our practice, which puts a little bit of pressure on the knees. So I just wanted to prepare you. Having that blanket under the knees for that practice can be helpful. And place the palms underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Inhale, sink the abdomen, lift the crown and tailbone upward to the ceiling with an arch in the back, and exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin and tailbone. Inhale to cow pose. Exhale to cat pose. And 3 more at your own breath's pace. And 1 more. Wonderful. Place that left palm, make sure it's firmly underneath the left shoulder. Bring your weight to your left side knee. Send your right leg back. So you're going to send that right leg back and bring those right toes pointing on the floor, and then plant the right heel. I'm going to lift my pant leg up so you can see the heel is in line behind the left toes. This is a modified side plank. And then open up to the side and adjust that left palm wherever you need. So if you need to bring it back even a little more so you feel a little more supported, and then you'll feel lengthening all the way down from the right side heel all the way up. And then you can even, as a modification, reach up and over with the right arm. Breathe into the right side. And then, like you're strumming a big guitar, sweep the right hand down toward the mat and around. 2 more times. Keep breathing. Good. Release the right hand down toward the mat and bring the right knee next to the left knee. Press the hips back into your child's pose. Release your forehead to the mat. Inhaling deeply and exhaling, release. Press back up into tabletop. And you can stay where you're at. I'm just going to switch to the other side so that we are facing forward, so that when I turn, we're going to move into that modified side plank on the other side. Bring the weight of your body onto your right hand and right knee, and then send the left leg back behind you, and then plant the left heel down behind the right toes. On your next exhale, sweep the left arm up, open the chest forward. You're doing great. And just breathe. If you like, you can stretch the left arm up, bring the upper left arm up by the left ear, and feel that lengthening all along the left side of your body. Good. On your next exhale, sweep the left hand down toward the mat, like you're strumming that big guitar in 3 big circles. Breathe with this motion. Inhale and exhale. And release the left hand down. Place it underneath the left shoulder. And bring the left knee down underneath the left hip. Press the hips back into your downward facing dog. This time, walk your hands back toward your feet. Lower your head toward the mat. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, melt just a little bit more. On your next exhale, walk your hands up toward the top of the mat. Press up into your tabletop. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Bring your weight to your left side knee, and you're going to keep your weight on your right hand. So balancing table, send your right leg back, stretch out, and keep the hips evenly away from the floor. So that right hip may want to come up. You want to keep that right hip even distance away from the mat as the left hip, and then send the left arm forward. Balancing table. Lower the palm, lower the knee, and switch to the other side. Shift your weight to your right knee, send your left leg back, sweep your right arm forward. When you exhale in this balancing table posture, draw your navel in toward your spine. And lower palm, lower knee. Switching back to the other side, bring your weight to your left foot. Send your right leg back out behind you. Left arm forward, and this time we're going to add to it. Bend the right knee, and you'll bring your right heel toward, as if it's pointing toward your sacrum, which is the tip of the tailbone, and reach back with your left hand. Maybe the hand and foot connect. Maybe they hover just around one another. Good. Keep breathing into that right hip and release the knee, release the palm. Switch to the other side. Shift your weight to your right knee. Stretch your left leg back behind you. Right arm forward, parallel to the floor. Bend your left knee and let your left heel float toward your tailbone. Reach back with your right arm to grab or find that left foot. Or maybe they just hover around one another. Release, balancing table. Release the palm, release the knee. Tuck your toes, press your hips back into downward facing dog, and walk the dog. Bend one knee at a time, straighten the other, and then switch. Good. Come up on the balls of your feet, bend your knees, press your hips back. Keep your fingers spread wide apart and then gently straighten both legs. Maybe the heels come to the mat and maybe they just hover over the mat. On your next exhale, come up on the balls of your feet, bend your knees, press your hips back and your palms into the mat. Exhale, straighten legs. And one more time, come up on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, press the hips back as you press the palms into the mat. And here, shake the head from side to side, like you're saying no. And then nod the head yes. And relax the neck, and then gently straighten the legs. Good. And lower the knees. Press back into your child's pose. This time, walk the hands forward toward the top of the mat. And on your exhale, soften. Walk the hands back just a palm's length or so toward the body. Lift the forehead from the floor. Walk your hands to the left. Feel a stretch in the right side. Exhale, walk your hands back to center and over to the right. Feel a stretch into your left side, shoulder and ribs. Perhaps even hip. And walk the hands back to center. Press the hips up. If you have a blanket on the mat, go ahead and set that to the side for now. I'm going to turn back around. You don't have to turn. You can stay where you're at. And tuck those toes. Press the hips back into downward facing dog. Walk the hands back toward the feet. Inhaling, coming up into your half lift. Exhale, walk the hands back toward the top of the mat, coming into a high plank. Roll your shoulders back and down, then press into your downward facing dog. Look toward the top of the mat and walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. And inhale to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and sink your hips back. Sweep your arms forward and up through chair pose. And exhale your hands to prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up, mini back bend. Interlace the fingers, point to the pointer fingers. Come back to standing with the palms over the crown, the hips over the ankles, shoulders over the hips. On your next exhale, press into your right foot and lean to the left. Come back to center, taking a deep inhale, and exhale, press into the left foot. Lean to your right. Come back to center. Release the hands down by your side. You're doing great. Place your left palm on your left thigh. Your feet are about hip width distance apart. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Bring it over your right shoulder and then slide the left hand down. Press the hips over to the right. Your right arm reaches to the left. Breathe deeply and release that top palm down to the right leg. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. Exhale, slide your right hand down your right leg. Press the hips to the left. Breathe. Exhale and release that hand. Good. Come up to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, a mudra or hand posture of gratitude. Anjali Mudra. Slight baby bend, like a micro bend in the knees. Bring your weight to your left foot and then step back with your right foot. Good. Keep that right heel high. You'll begin to feel a stretch in your right hip flexor. The front knee is bent so that the knee is over the ankle. And inhale the arms forward and up. On your next exhale, send your right arm forward and your left arm back. So we get in a gentle twist. If you would like to add a little bit of modification to this pose, you can bring your arms in cow face or Gol Mukhasana, which is to sweep your left hand back. You can place it either on your sacrum and then place your right hand just behind the neck, or like patting your back. Or if you like, you can even, as a further option, maybe the fingers touch. You can even grab a strap to have that hand-to-hand connection. And release the arms back to parallel if you took that modification. Bring both hands to Anjali Mudra. Lower your back heel, place it behind the front heel, and bring both arms to parallel into Warrior Two. In Warrior Two, bring your drishti, or your gaze, to your front middle finger. On your next exhale, sweep both arms up, straighten the front leg. Breathe deeply and exhale back to Warrior Two. Inhale, sweep the arms up and straighten the front leg. Exhale, Warrior Two. And one more. Good. Bring your hands back to Anjali Mudra at heart center. Turn on those back toes. Kick off the back foot, shift your weight forward, and see if you can do this with a bit of just control. Take a deep breath and exhale, shift forward. Good. Excellent. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms interlace and then point to the pointer fingers. Bring the palms over the crown. Shoulders over the hips, hips over the ankles with a slight micro bend in the knees. On your next exhale, press into your left foot and lean to your right. Exhale back to center. Deep inhale and lean to your left. Exhale back to center. Release the palms in front of heart center. Bring your weight to your right foot. Lift your left foot gently off the floor. Step back. High lunge. And then sweep the arms, inhaling them up over the shoulders. On your next exhale, bring your left arm forward and your right arm back. Take that option in, it's called cow face arms, so a little strange name, but the front hand comes back like you're patting yourself on the back. The back hand sweeps back behind you and maybe just stays on the sacrum with the palm facing away from the body, or maybe the hands connect. Excellent. Release the hands. Bring them back to heart center. Plant that back heel behind your front heel. And just check alignment. Make sure the front knee is over the front ankle. When you look down, you can see your big toe on the inside of your front knee. And then the back toes are slightly angled in. Everybody's going to be a little bit different because our hips are just so different from one another's, just as different as our fingerprints are different from one another's. So if your stance looks a little bit different, that's okay. Bring your arms out to parallel. Right hand forward, left arm back. And then bring your gaze. In Sanskrit, it's called drishti. Look at your front middle finger and relax and soften where you can, but maintain the integrity and power of this pose. On your next exhale, sweep the arms up and straighten the front leg. Press your feet into the floor and just feel like you're pressing the floor away rather than trying to hold yourself on the floor. Feel your arches lifting. On your next exhale, come back to warrior two. Bend to the front knee, bring the arms parallel to the floor. And inhale up. Exhale to warrior two. And one more full breath in this sequence. No rush to make it through the sequence. Just be very present. Take your time. Good. Bring both hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. Turn on those back toes, so press on that back foot. Square the hips with the front of the mat. Kick off the back foot, and then with control, step up. Shift your weight to that front foot. Good. So excellent. Awesome. Good. All right, we'll transition down to the floor. Have your feet about hip width distance apart. Sweep the arms out and up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips back. So moving into chair pose. If I go to the side, chair pose is also going to look different for each of us, and that's okay. And then exhale the hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Bend one knee, then the other. Grab a block if you have one, and place the block underneath the throat. Place your left palm on that block. So the block is on its highest setting right now. For other options, depending on where you're at in your practice, you can set it on the low or medium setting. Bend into the left knee. Sweep the right arm out to the side and up. As an option, you can rest that top hand behind your back and maybe place that right hand on the top of the left hip. Soften in through the jaw. And exhale, release the right hand back to the sky, and exhale the right hand down to replace the left hand on the block. Bend your right knee. Keep the left leg straight or even with a micro bend. Sweep the left arm out to your side and up. And send that left arm back behind the body only as an option. So you don't have to do this part. It's just a modification for this posture for a little deeper twist. Release the left arm back to the ceiling and exhale that left hand down. Remove the block, set it to the side, move into full forward fold with a bend in the knees. And gently rock from side to side. Let the head be heavy. Let the neck relax. And release the hands to the mat. And then one leg at a time, step back into your high plank. Roll your shoulders back and down. Knees are welcome on the floor. Point your toes. Chest comes to the floor, chin, and then release the hips down to the floor as you inhale and peel the chest away only to your expression of your cobra. You can stay low to the ground, or you can press up even into upward facing dog. Release the knees. If you went into up dog, press the hips back. Child's pose. Press back up into tabletop and then make your way into a seated position. Seeds, I was trying to read. Welcome. Nice to see you. Bring the soles of your feet together. Cobbler's pose. Baddha Konasana. Butterfly pose. This one has so many different names. Sit up tall and then walk the hands out away from the body. You can grab your block, place it underneath your forehead. Even if that block rests on your feet, that's okay. Three more deep, slow breaths here. Take your time. If you're using a block, set it to the side. Walk your hands back. Be gentle. There's no rush or hurry. And then bring your feet to the top of the mat and roll down. Stretch your legs out onto the mat. Reach the arms up over the head. Become really tall from tips of the toes to the fingertips. And then curl the body in, so hug the knees into the chest. And tuck the chin, let the head float away from the mat just as an option. And rock from side to side. And release the head back to the mat. Place the sole of your left foot down onto the mat and bring the right ankle just above the left knee. Keep your right foot flexed so that the toes are drawing up toward the right knee. Reach down for your left thigh and let your left foot float away from the floor. And you can either grab behind the left thigh or underneath the left knee. Modifications for this would even be to use a strap if bringing the left knee in toward the chest is a bit of a challenge. So you can use your strap and still get in this posture as long as you're going to your comfortable edge, meaning it may feel like an intense stretch, but there should be no pain. Then as long as you're going to that comfortable edge, then you're still getting the full benefit of this posture. Tracing a small apple or orange with the tip of your right big toe. And circle the other way. And breathe. Release your left foot down softly to the mat, uncross the right foot, and find the floor with the sole of your right foot, and place your right heel underneath your right knee. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh and just place that left ankle just above the right knee. Make sure to keep the left toes drawing up toward the left knee. Then reach down like you're threading the needle with your left hand. Wrap the hands around that right leg wherever feels most comfortable for you, or use your strap. And trace that small apple or orange, the imaginary one, with that left big toe. You're doing great. You're always welcome to make these circles as small or as big as you like. And you may notice that it will feel different from one side as it does to the other. And circle the other way. Find center, uncross the left foot and hug those knees into the chest. Separate the knees toward the shoulders and let the soles of the feet shine toward the ceiling. Happy baby. Either grasp behind the thighs, hold the ankles, or even hook the peace fingers around the big toes. Taking a deep inhale, gently rock with a small movement from side to side. Come back to the center, find stillness, release the feet down to the floor, and then walk the legs out one at a time. And your heels come out. Spread them apart, about shoulder width apart. Let your toes roll out naturally to the sides. Bring your palms by your sides, just away from the body with palms face up. And tuck your shoulder blades underneath your rib cage. And close your eyes. Notice your breath for the next few moments here in Shavasana. You can remain here in the pose of rest for the Yoga Nidra session. Or if you'd like to transition to a different pose, to a different place, then go ahead and find your way to the most comfortable position that you can be in for the practice of Yoga Nidra. Grab a blanket. Your body temperature may drop during this practice. And if it does, just know that is completely normal and common. Take your time to get comfortable and cozy. And when you're ready, settle in with a deep breath. Breathe in through the nose. And sigh the breath out. Thank you, Danny. Let your body feel heavy. Make any other adjustments that you need to your body so that you can be even more comfortable during this practice of Yoga Nidra. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. Be the witness during this practice and observe your body. Scan from the top of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. Taking a deep inhale. Sigh the breath out through the mouth. Release any tightness or tension, and then scan the body again from the tips of the toes all the way up to the crown of the head. Know that there is no way to do this practice wrong, and that however you experience this practice, whether you stay awake and alert throughout the practice or if you fall asleep, it's okay. Know that that is what you needed today. Without trying to change or control the breath, bring your awareness to your lower abdomen. Notice the rise and fall. As you breathe in, the belly rises. As you breathe out, the belly falls. Allow a sense of peace and contentment to arise in your heart. And bring your awareness to your heartbeat and notice where in your body you can sense your pulse. Bring your awareness to the space just outside of the body and feel any clothing touching the skin and any air brushing across the skin. And set a resolve for yourself to remain still through this practice. Now is the time to practice Sankalpa. Sankalpa, a short yet powerful positive statement said in the present tense. Something that you wish to see happen or manifest in your life. Take a few moments now and decide on a sankalpa that works best for you. Choose your sankalpa right now. With that feeling of peace and contentment, say your sankalpa in your mind 3 times. And let your sankalpa gently fade away. As we transition, we will move to a rotation of consciousness. In this rotation of consciousness, choose whether to have a felt sense into the body part as it's named, or if you are more of a visual person, then visualize that body part lighting up with an amber glow. Bring your awareness to your right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side ribs, right side waist, right hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Bring your awareness to your left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side ribs, left side waist, left hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Observe your body. Observe your breath. Notice the gentle rise and fall of the abdomen without controlling it. Just observe. Count every exhale from 10 all the way down to 1. You can always start again at 10 if you lose track. Release the counting of your breath. Let your body feel heavy. Now let your body feel light. Let a sense of warmth come over the body. And now allow a sense of coolness. Release these sensations or feelings of opposites. Bring your awareness to the screen of your mind. On this screen, visualize falling snow. A tall pine tree. A sunflower. An acorn. A green blade of grass. Deep blue ocean. Release these visualizations from your mind. Let your sankalpa return to you once more. Repeat your sankalpa in your mind 3 times. Let your sankalpa gently fade back. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end, but if you would like to stay in the state of Yoga Nidra, you can stay here as long as you wish. Gently stretch the body. When you're ready, there's no rush, there is no hurry. Just make your way onto your favorite side, and with your top hand, press yourself up into seated. Bring your hands to heart center. The practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. Namaste.